Dang, is my controller not working? Alright. Well, I guess not. Oh well, I could play on keyboard. Yeah. Alright. So for anybody who saw the last video, this is going to be the tutorial for the Nitronic Rush game, which is what I'm playing right now. And oddly enough, my controller is vibrating, but not working here. That's okay. I don't need it anyway. One of the things I always liked about Nitronic Rush was that when you're boosting, there is a second soundtrack that kind of fades in and out, as you can kind of tell. It gets layered on top of the first one. Give it some more energy. I always thought that was a nice touch. And another soundtrack entirely for Wings. That just did such a nice job of theming it. I also really like the soundtrack in general. And that's it for the tutorial. I believe, yeah, there's a story. This is taking place inside some kind of a computer, some kind of mainframe. Could just be like a basement computer, maybe. Obviously, whatever's going on here. Yeah, something's going very wrong. And I love how the music corresponds really nicely to what's going on in the opening scene here. Core Guardian developed its own plan for the city, and you play in this game as the antivirus car, and it is your job to stop the Core Guardian, to restore autonomy to the city. This game's physics engine will always have a special place in my heart. It's not perfect, but there's just something about it. Okay. You can see a lot of the same principles at work. I mean, even except for grip, it's pretty much the same game, mechanics-wise, as distances. And it's even got its own level editor, although there's some specific way you have to access it from the main menu. In fact, I think after this game was after the last update to this game was released, F-Zero Man created a bacon level, if I remember this right. That you have to import into the game, into the game's files, setup files. And I'm pretty sure there's also a way you can do it with custom vehicles and other stuff. You just have to know the right modeling tools to use and all that. In fact, it may give you a little bit more freedom than the distance level editor, because you're not forced to use just prefabricated assets. You may be able to import your own stuff. just really love the environment of the city, just kind of the vibrancy and of course the option to go off-road. If you didn't feel like taking a particular route, you are welcome to kind of blaze your own trail. I also really love the announcer. Honestly, they could just copy and paste the announcer in the exact state it is right now, from Nitronic Rush to Distance, and I would be happy. I mean, they managed to make it kind of funny and not annoying, and that's something that I would imagine is difficult to do, especially since Distance is kind of more serious in its tone. Nitronic Rush is kind of like everybody's wearing party hats and everything is bright and colorful. I also really love the crash messages. There's a bunch of them and they're all hilarious. Oh yeah, and there's also a new music that comes in. It's not just kind of like a siren. When your car starts to overheat, it interacts with the music in a way. Just the soundtrack as a whole is just so well done. Everything matches as far as the tempo is concerned. It's really a very beautifully done game, and I recommend it to anybody who hasn't had a chance to play it yet or didn't know it existed. All right. There we go. And in each of these levels there's kind of a story, there's something happening here. Whoa! Didn't expect the camera to shift like that. Alright, get my bearings. It's the other thing that I liked in Nitronic Rush is that there was a lot less play when you use the first-person perspective. It didn't wiggle around. It's not like there was a camera loosely attached to the dashboard. It was like it was nailed there, kind of affixed very securely. And you'll recognize a lot of the same obstacles like the laser grids, the saws, the pop-up walls, and of course the shards, which you don't see as much in Distance, but whoa! A really big part of Nitronic Rush is that they had shards that randomly selected locations to drop and then kind of rushed into the field and created this really chaotic, random maze that you had to then navigate. And disengaging wings. There we go. Nice. And of course the achievements, the in-game achievements. That was the other thing that was different about this game, is that you could unlock a several different cars, even more if you mess with the game files, which I'll show you as soon as I'm done with the campaign. And these loops, these are nice. Right up there. And this is getting close to End to a Violent Heart, which is the last level in the campaign. Alright. There we go. Oh yes, and the rollers. Those little overhead Tron things that drop the rolling spiked barrels. That didn't work out. There we go. Oh yeah, there's an achievement for getting to the top of the core building. I'm gonna get that while I'm at it. Ah yes, this is the... I thought it was the straightest path. I may be wrong. No, jeez, that didn't work out. So this is the Core Guardian. The next level is the last one in the campaign, where you have to get to... Yep, there it is. There's the achievement. Up the core. Let's just take a look at this enormous city from the top here. Looks like there's a billboard facing up at the sky. Is that... Alright, what's going on here? Where am I? Fell in a hole. Okay. There we go. Did not see that coming. Yeah, that was that hole right there. That's exactly what I thought it was. You said before. What does it say? Obsolete. Is that a person? Oh, shit. Wow, that's kind of dark. That makes sense, though. This is an actual city and not a machine. Oh. So it looks like this machine pretty much went through and eliminated any organic life in favor of artificial intelligence or machine life. Wow, I wonder if that's going to be anything to do with the Final Distance story. That would make sense. But yeah, real big city there. Some of that may in fact be the skybox. I'm not sure exactly how much of this is playable. Some of it looks kind of way off in the distance. Okay. And now on to the final level. Finished that almost at 420. End to a Violent Heart. Yeah, this is the famous last level, which you do entirely with wings, in which I'm going to complete in first person because you kind of need to know where the front of your car is. And there are the mines, floating mines, laser grids. laser grids. And that's the end of the level. There's the heart. Beating cyber heart. And as the level ends, the heart kind of gets dark and fades away. Alright, and this is the end. Core Guardian sitting at the center of the city. Blows up dramatically. And then gradually the scary red light is replaced with the friendlier blue light. As is always the case in Tron or whatever movies like that. Core virus successfully destroyed. City restoring. Initializing city components. Input 1. Dreamcast. Ooh. Dreamcast mouse, huh? And then this is the credits level. Nitronic. I always like this level because infinite cooldown, so I could just kind of fly around and do what I wanted. Oof. That camera follow is a little bit janky, but alright. Whoa! Ah. There's always the nice roads that don't particularly lead anywhere. And that looks just like the traffic plane from a distance, and I think that's probably one of the first things they did when they were making the alpha, was import some of the old assets or recreate them, since they can't copy assets directly because DigiPen has copyright over everything they did while they were in the school, since they released it on their website and they're hosting it there or whatever. Okay. Okay. Ah, yes. Ghost trains that ride on tracks in the sky. I always thought that was pretty rad, how it just built the track in front of it out of light and went wherever it wanted to. And these are the other games that I believe the developers of the game, their colleagues, created. So Solace and the Fourth Wall and several other of these guys, kind of hidden away in the credits level. Alright, but let's just get to the end of this and then cover some of the other nice features. Pretty much a straight road from beginning to finish with all of the different credits. Alright. And so that's the whole story level. And then there's a vehicles pane here with a bunch of different vehicles and some that I kind of mashed together out of parts and did very poorly skilled surgery on. Like one that's kind of invisible and then one that's got a different skin, because you could upload different pictures for the skins there. So let's see what we got here. The Avenger has better boost but worse handling. So let's try some of the hardcore levels with the Avenger. This big old van. It's got a huge freaking turbine in the back. So it's got more boost power but less of it. This van looks a lot smaller on the road than I remember. But yeah, this definitely doesn't sustain boost for as long. So you gotta keep rolling her. Whoa! Iffy. Nice. This is also very similar to the advanced tutorial in Distance Alpha, which I wouldn't mind seeing a return to those levels, even if they were just tucked away in the arcade menu somewhere. Whoa! Nice. Am I really prepared? How can you say that? Okay, for this level, I'm gonna switch the car just to save time. Let's try the Golden Scepter. And that's basically just a version of the Interceptor that is colored gold and doesn't overheat. Didn't quite make that. Alright. Oh, alright. Yeah, hardcore level, wings disabled. I forgot that I'm in this car. And I can just hang in space like a rocket taking off. Just something I did a lot back before Distance. Oh well. It's taking too much time. Nope. Alright. Guess I'm taking the lower route. The wheelie trick was the hardest to do, because in order to earn the Golden Scepter, you have to get all of the achievements. One of the achievements is to do a wheelie for something like 10 seconds, and it, let me tell you, is the most difficult achievement by far out of all of the other ones, except for maybe play the game with a 360 controller, which you can't actually do unless somebody loans you a 360 controller, or you know, manually edit the files to say that you were playing with one, or unless, you know, you go out and actually buy one like I did. Ugh, this is embarrassing. I'm not doing very well. Okay. Tilt my car upward. Screw it up. There we go. Checkpoint. And wreck anyways. Nice. Barely made that one. And I keep rolling. Whew. Yeah, gnarly indeed. Alright. Right into the exit. Alright. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. Alright, now onto the next vehicle, which clearly draws some inspiration from Back to the Future. This is the Commander, I believe. Which has longer boost charge up. And I'm not sure what other actual mechanical differences there are, but mainly it looks like a DeLorean with giant boosters in the back. And if I were playing in a level where I could deploy my wings, I'd show you that when you use the wings, that the doors pop up, the gull wing doors. Ouch. That's another thing. If you touched a laser, you just kind of exploded. Unless it was a moving laser. The coating on that wasn't particularly well done because you could sometimes go through it or go very close to it and nothing would happen. But then again, if it's a decision between touching a laser and exploding and getting real close to a laser and not exploding, then of course I'd much rather have the latter. Man, you really gotta land those. If you don't, you just bounce all over the place. Whew, that was close. Whoa! Alright. Carefully find your way. Main menu. Hardcore gold. Let's do that with the Night Cycle, which is a fun little vehicle. Originally in the game, you get the maximum of these first four right here. You get the Interceptor, the Avenger, the Golden Scepter, and the Commander. And the Avenger you get by completing the story. Golden Scepter you get for completing all the achievements. The Commander, I'm not sure exactly how you get that. But at any rate, the Night Cycle and the Intimidator are the only two other official vehicles that are hidden in the game files. And to unlock those, you have to actually edit the spreadsheet files that you find in the games directory. The Night Cycle is kind of fun because first-person view, you're right there in front of the bars. But it is kind of tough to wall ride since you've only got 2 wheels to make contact instead of 4. And there's no grip. Oof. But much longer boost. That's among the advantages. And my understanding is that they were eventually going to add this vehicle, but they just kind of, the project never really took off because they they all finished school. Wow. Wow, this is tricky. Man. Whoa! Alright. You're also a lot smaller, so you can fit through tighter spaces. Whoa, jeez! I guess I'm going backwards now. Alright, that worked out. This has definitely got to be the most difficult car to use. Makes every level more challenging. Especially for this kind of gameplay. Alright. Whoa! But man, you can do some cool tricks. Ah. Whoa! No! I was so close! I was right at the end! Whatever. Let's skip that. But yeah, boost is... But when I'm driving vertically, especially not with a lot of speed, it's very important for me. Rub my thrusters into the ground. Oof. And you can tell it wasn't fully implemented because in replays, it's using the rigid body for the van. Okay, and the last one here is the Intimidator, which is technically an AI vehicle that was in one of the arenas, but it's also a playable vehicle with all its own gibs and stuff. It's a Humvee. Whoa, jeez. Oh, nice. All right. Ah, damn it. In order to stick to the track, you kind of gotta. Yep. Just rub your thrusters into it. Ooh, Supreme, huh? Alright. Ah! I don't know if I can fit through there. I'd have to slow down a little bit. Ah, there we go. Nice. Okay. The trick is you can't jump beforehand. At least that you shouldn't. Okay. There's just not enough clearance in between the tracks. Nice. All that's left is... Let's do some of the community hardcore. It's an interesting one. Loopy, with fire, plutonium, Nightmare on Christmas Street. A lot of these levels are by F-Zero Man, who's also big into map making in the distance community. What level? Challenge levels. Minesweeper, Evil Car Wash, Warp Speed, Choo Choo Chase, Jump for Joy, Rocket Sleigh Ride, Clockwork, Summer Ride, Desaturated Day, Empire Climb, Mountaintop, Olympian Ironman. What's the one I'm looking for? Maybe it's in the regular hardcore levels. No, definitely not community hardcore. It's the one with the fish. Ruby, Calcite, Starlight, Loopy. This one with the cloud. Skybox, Come with Fire. Blue Isn't That Safe. Into the Matrix, Plutonium 7, Nitroception, Nightmare on Christmas Street, Insanity Rings, Cruise in Egypt. Not Stunts. Maybe not Community Challenge. Maybe it is one of these. Warp Speed, Choo Choo Chase, Jump for Joy, Rocket Sleigh Ride, Clockwork, Psy Ride, Saturated Day, Empire Climb, Mountaintop, and the Olympian Ironman. Let's do Mountaintop for... No, I'm only going to show you this one, because it's the only one that's got significant differences to the other cars. Bang, right there. It's kind of transparent, and also if you use the thrusters, you'll notice they're a lot bigger and brighter. Oof! And there's a lot less friction on this vehicle as well. Oh yeah, this is challenge. That means no respawning. Probably better that I don't use boost then, because the friction is so low I can get enough speed and keep it just by using gas. It's not very well tested, so yeah, it's all about getting from start to finish without any checkpoints. Ooh, that was cool. Things are going better than I thought. And I'm flying off. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of the janky physics here. Just get right inside the volcano. Right down into the level's finish zone. Alright, and that's all I've got for you guys in this level. I may eventually do some more on some of the other levels here, or on the stuff you can do in Nitronic Rush. Maybe even eventually get some stuff into the editor here. There's some sort of a key combination that you have to press when you're on the screen. Anyways, this is how most people found out about distances, through these two buttons here that were included in the last build of Nitronic Rush, which open up the website for distance, which is survivethedistance.com. So anyways, it was nice being able to just kind of relax and relive some old memories, but expect some more different content later, maybe this week or next week. And I think later tonight I may be putting on a stream for reverse tag practice, because there is a tournament going on tomorrow. So if not, I'll most likely just stream that. So thanks for watching and take care.